Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Millions of dollars are lost when marine accidents happen. Some of the ships collided in open waters, some even confused the coast with the sea, some even suffered from mechanical failures. In today's video, we're going to show you the most incredible clips of ship accidents and the 15 biggest ship collisions and mistakes caught on camera. Number 15. Tuna boat destroyed. In the video, you're witnessing the collision of a grand carrier with a tuna boat. The 68,789 DWT bulk carrier Grand Rodosi was seen absolutely destroying a much smaller tuna boat, the Apollo S, while moored at the wharf in Port Lincoln, South Australia. But fortunately, the Apollo S was unmanned at the time, but it cost around $17 million. As a result of this collapse, it quickly sank, at least once the Grand Rodosi had unpinned it. The wharf was damaged in the collision, and meanwhile, the MV Grand Rodosi sustained only minor damage, just like an elephant stepping on an ant. Number 14. Carnival Glory and Carnival Legend. In December 2019, passengers of the two cruise ships were shaken as two ships collided. This happened at the port of Cozumel in Mexico. One of the ships, Carnival Glory, was just docking when the bow of the smaller boat, Carnival Legend, just struck and ripped a hole across its back end. The reason for the crash was unknown, but it might have happened as a result of bad weather and high winds. Number 13. Cargo ship Sea Grand slammed into bridge. Under the influence of alcohol, a Russian cargo ship sailed off course and slammed into a bridge in Busan, South Korea by the captain. This happened back in 2019 on February 28th. In the footage, it can be seen that the 1986-built 5,998-ton Sea Grand carrying steel coils crashed into the side of the Guangin Bridge. This caused the cars to stop and a sizable hole formed in the lower part of the bi-level bridge, which was closed for precautionary reasons. Luckily, no injuries were reported in the incident. Number 12. Stellar Banner. This gigantic vessel is just going to tilt. This happened back in the year 2020, on February 24th. The giant tanker named Stellar Banner ran aground and developed a heavy starboard tilt in the water. Luckily, the crew was evacuated, and also the vessel was refloated. After it was straight back again, the salvage teams were able to remove 3,500 tons of fuel oil, along with 275,000 tons of iron ore cargo. Although the stuff was removed, unfortunately, the ship was not in the repairable state and it was deliberately scuttled. The dramatic footage was captured of the 440,924-ton ship as it sinks into the water, and the sounds as it sinks are just incredible.
Jesus.
Number 11. MSC Opera. The 13-deck MSC Opera rammed into the dock with its horns blaring, injuring 5 tourists. This happened back in 2019. The MSC Opera, one of the smaller of the 600 cruise ships that entered Venice in 2019, was 275 meters long, nearly the length of 3 football fields, and weighed 66,000 tons, so its capacity to ram through the fragile historic fabric of Venice was great. Fortunately, it struck the bankside at an oblique angle. The massive ship lost control and crashed into the dock and a smaller boat called River Countess in Venice, Italy. The footage of the crash showed people running away from the boat. The ship hit the dock and scraped along the side, crunching the small boat as it was made of plastic. Number 10. Yacht Smashing while docking. The owner of the $125 million yacht might want to show off a bit, but this turned out to be the worst decision ever. As the yacht was docking, it just crashed into the dock, sliding through the dock and took out the bridge operator's shack. Did you notice those 2 women? They're as if nothing happened. Number 9. Milano Bridge. Docking a ship needs patience and skills, especially when it's a gigantic one. While attempting to dock a 1,200-foot-long cargo ship, the Milano Bridge, it just got caught on the towering construction cranes on the dock. The incident happened in the port of Busan, South Korea. This caused one of the terminal cranes to collapse on top of the ship. The Milano Bridge also impacted another ship during the incident named Seaspan Ganges, before knocking into one of 3 gantry cranes along the pier. Number 8. Japanese patrol collided with Chinese fishing boat. This incident happened near disputed isles in the East China Sea, the site of vast potential gas and oil reserves. A Chinese fishing boat collided with a Japanese Coast Guard patrol vessel in waters near the disputed Senkaku Islands. These islands are administered by Japan and claimed by China as the Diaoyu Islands. The accident was a catalyst sparking a diplomatic spat between the 2 Asian countries. Japan detained the Chinese skipper of the trawler, which sparked angry protests from China. Number 7. Boat crashing into mansion. This video shows what $1 million damage looks like. The video was recorded by the people on the smaller boat nearby when the tanker made its way into the waterfront mansion. The Maltese-flagged Vita Spirit, which is a 225-meter or 740-foot-long vessel, was en route from Russia to Saudi Arabia, but it rammed into the historical Hekambasi Salih Effendi mansion. This happened on April 7, 2018. The Vita Spirit was said to have dropped anchor to stop, but it didn't and smashed into the historic mansion. Luckily, there were no permanent residents in the building at the time of the incident. No casualties were caused by the collision, but the wooden mansion, built by Ottoman nobles in the 18th century, was severely damaged. A part of its roof and corners were ripped off. The court rules that the total amount to be paid by the owner of a ship that rammed into a waterside mansion on the Asian side of the Bosphorus should be limited to about $34.3 million at most. Number 6. Bridge collapsing. This ship just smashed into the bridge and crashed it. This soybean-carrying barge was driven by the 35-year-old pilot, but he lost control of the vessel and just crashed into one of the pillars of the bridge. This crash caused the whole bridge to collapse. After this incident, the pilot of the vessel was fined 2,000 baht. It was also revealed through investigation that the pilot was driving the vessel under an expired license, which ran out back in the year 2012. The whole bridge can be seen collapsing and getting into the water in just a split second. Number 5. Tolinae smashing SG-25. This crazy incident happened back in the year 2017. The Tolinae bulk carrier just smashed into the Turkish Coast Guard boat, the boat just in front of this gigantic ship. This enormous ship just hit that boat and spins it around, as the small boat was some spinner. As the ship passes by the SG-25 Coast Guard boat, it could be seen capsized. The most shocking was that Tolinae didn't stop after this strike, as if nothing happened. Number 4. Yacht Challenge. One of the most terrible incidents happened during the Super Yacht Challenge Antigua back in the year 2020 in March. A collision happened between the J-class yachts. Svea and Topaz collided. The incident occurred in the last minutes before race number 1. The collision resulted when Svea hit Topaz aft. One yacht just rammed through the other. It then rose over and across her fellow J's stern. A crew member from Topaz appears to jump over in the water. Both of the boats were damaged and were immediately dropped out of the race. As a result of this incident, 2 crew members received medical attention. Number 3. Japanese whaler boat. The Shonan Maru II is a Japanese security vessel operated by the Japanese Fisheries Agency designed for anti-whaling operations. On January 6, 2010, the vessel was involved in a collision at sea with the My-80 Gill in Arctic waters. This 24-meter boat cost about $1.5 million. 80 Gill was participating in Sea Shepherd operations against Japanese whaling in the Southern Ocean. Shonan Maru was allowed to use blinding laser cannons. When the vessels came across one another, Maru II came up to the boat from behind and turned over 110 degrees. Initially, the whaler distracted the crew by using water cannons and then rammed into each other. Out of the crew of 6 from the 80 Gill, 1 New Zealand cameraman sustained broken ribs. The 80 Gill sank soon after. And now let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. Number 2. Subscriber's pick. Our subscriber picture today shows a collision just about to happen in two ships. The captain of this ship is seemed to be unaware of the other ship in front of him, and he probably must have lost his job, because he was certainly not in the cockpit at the time of this incident. But this might also be the result of the failed engines or any malfunction, but hundreds of thousands of dollars must have been spent to repair the ships. Number 1. Enough wood to make a dam. In this video, the Russian workers can be seen carrying a ship loaded with lumber. These were transporting lumber on a barge while ignoring the overload warnings. What could possibly happen in this situation? The boat tilted right in the middle of the ocean, and the whole lumber planks just got dropped into the water as the boat tilted due to unbalanced weight. These were enough for the local beavers to build a dam the size of Disneyland. And that concludes our 15 biggest collisions and mistakes caught on camera. Which one do you think was the most insane one? Comment down below to let us know. Before you go, don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell icon to stay up to date with our latest videos. We'll see you next time.